Hey everyone, and welcome back to the channel. So we've got a couple of updates to go through. It's been a little while since I've just gotten to kind of talk to you guys in a just little ad-lib video without a huge script about lore in front of me. So let's go ahead and get started with the news. First, the biggest and most important announcement is that I am starting a Twitch channel. Yay! Hopefully everyone's as excited as I am, which I'm actually very nervous and excited about it. But I'm a really big fan of Twitch. I love watching people on Twitch, and there are a lot of games that I think you guys would enjoy experiencing alongside me. Many of these include Warhammer games that I might not be able to get to lore-wise for a very long time, and they're kind of better for a Let's Play environment where I can hang out with you guys and talk to y'all in the chat and stuff like that. So I have started up a Twitch channel. I'm still kind of formatting it, but it should be fully launched and ready to go no later than Friday of this week, which is February the 5th. I'll probably start streaming on Saturday because the 5th is my birthday, so I'll probably start on the 6th, which is that weekend, or this weekend. As for what games will be featured, it's kind of going to be more of whatever I feel format. Obviously, Warhammer games will be a big part of it. Right now, I play a lot of Vermintide, which is a pretty fun game to stream, but it will be mainly voted upon by my patrons when I come to indecision. So right now, I'm kind of looking at games to stream like Ori and the Blind Forest, Vermintide, Blood Bowl 2, Mordheim, City of the Damned, stuff like that. So that'll... when I am on the fence about something or come to a decision about like what games I've narrowed it down to, a vote will be put to the patrons and they can narrow it down to what we'll be doing mostly. I hope the format is going to be something along the lines of it'll be split into two parts each day. One part will be playing consecutively through a game for like the story and just a full playthrough, and the other part will be playing a game that has no playthrough stop, or like has no end. It's just sort of like a game that you play for a long time, like Vermintide. So like one session I'd probably play Vermintide a lot, which is just a game to play around. Obviously any of you guys that own the game can come and join me. I do always, as we get closer to Twitch Day, as I'll call Saturday, I need to make sure I iterate that, of course, patrons will come first. Just because those guys directly support the channel, and I'm super thankful for them, and they are the only income I make right now due to shenanigans with Google and YouTube Red. Though the day is coming that I'll actually be getting full support from you guys just chilling out and watching the channel, and I'm super excited for that because there's so many things I'm going to be able to do once I hit that threshold, and we're almost there. So speaking of patrons, there's been a lot of you who have come on here lately. I think most of the new traffic is due to that little video I did with Arch, and it was super fun to have Arc Warhammer on the channel, and me and him are actually going to be doing some more stuff in the future, playing a couple video games, just hanging out and chilling and talking about lore or just whatever comes to mind. We had a pretty fantastic conversation after we turned the camera off, so to speak, about various things, and talked about a lot of things we'd like to do. And maybe you'll even get to see us in a Warhammer game of Skaven versus Lizardmen, which would be a ton of fun. So for those of you who are new, I try not to advertise the Patreon too much and like push it in everybody's face because that would be obnoxious. So I'm just going to mention it on here for those of you who don't know. Down in the text box below the video, down directly below, I'm pointing, but you can't see me, so it's kind of be stupid to do that. There's always a link to my Patreon page. Pretty much what that is you can choose to donate a certain amount of money to the channel each month, and it's small amounts like $1 up to like I think 50 is the highest amount, which some amazingly supportive and amazing awesome person has decided to go ahead and support me for that much. So shout out, you know who you are. But that's the easiest way to support the channel right now. So for those of you who are interested in that, take a look at it. There's cool incentives for the different levels. I've been teaching quite a few people how to play Warhammer and just chilling out with some various folks. Some of the patrons like to be left alone, but most of them I've gotten to really enjoy getting to know on a personal level and quite a few of them are becoming pretty close friends of mine. So if that's something you're interested in, you can find that down in the description. You can also find links to my Twitter and my Facebook page, which honestly, the easiest way to contact me is through Twitter at this point, because I get alerts faster from that than anywhere else. YouTube, it sort of gets buried in all the comments, and Facebook doesn't like to be helpful to me. So I have a Facebook account, and I'm trying to keep up with it, but the Twitter account is becoming probably the easiest and most primary way to get in contact with me. So if there are things you want to throw my way, questions or stuff like that, I highly recommend Twitter, or you can follow me, and that's where you'll find out little things. That's where I'll usually post like little hints about what's coming next. Or when I was sick for about 2 weeks, that's primarily the place where I threw down a message saying why I was gone. So on to the next thing is the Warhammer tournament. I am super hyped and excited to be announcing that we are going to be hosting I am going to be hosting the first online Warhammer tournament for the channel. So this is the way it works. It's going to be a 2,500 point entry tournament. So you can bring any army you want, and that includes Chaos Dwarves. Chaos Dwarves are legal for this. You bring 2,500 points. The only restriction will be that you do have to comp your army using the Swedish comp system that I will put a link to in the description below. And your army needs to be somewhere between an 8 and a 14 in comp. And the first page on the Swedish comp page lists how comp works. If your list is below a 7 or above a 14, if it's above a 14, you're probably fine. But if you're below an 8, that list definitely isn't going to fly. We're wanting to have a fun tournament, which means we're not going to let someone bring double Nurgle Demon Princes and just sweep for funds. Right now, I'm thinking of limiting it to 8 people. We might allow up to 12, but it's going to be no more than 12. First come, first serve. Patrons will, of course, take priority. But after that, it's just going to be whoever I get a message from first. Easiest way to do that is my email is, I think, I'll put a place for you to send your list as well in the description below. And all you have to do is just make a Word document or just type it into the email. Just put your list, and that includes magic items and commands and all that stuff. And what's going to happen is you're going to send me your list with, you don't have to write the point values, just write like items and all that stuff. I probably am not going to spend too much time double checking the lists, but don't cheat, because I might, and that would be bad. I don't want anyone to disqualify anyone because they can't count their points. There will be a prize for first and second place in the tournament, which will be announced at the start of the tournament, but it's something I think anyone who plays Warhammer regularly will greatly enjoy, because it will make your life super easy, whether you play in person or on the internet. It'll just make your life hilariously easy when it comes to building lists. So I hope y'all will enjoy that. And also, of course, pending the agreement of the participants of each game, I will be monitoring each game. I can't participate in the tournament because obviously someone has to be the referee, and you can't be the referee and play in the tournament because that's biased. So I will be the tournament organizer as well as the games master to deal with any rulings of any rule conflicts that come up. And yeah, it'll be super exciting. I will be there for every game, and I will record every game and put it up on the channel for all of you guys to enjoy. And let's see how good the various members of the Red Host, as I like to call you guys, are. We'll see who comes out on top. Who will be the first person to win the first Loremaster of Sotek tournament? I need to think of a better name for that. Which moves me on to my next point. Another exciting thing that I would really like to do for the channel, it's not confirmed yet because it's going to require some pretty serious scheduling, but I am going to be starting a Warhammer roleplay very soon. For those of you who aren't aware, back in like the early 2000s, late 90s, Games Workshop released a Warhammer role-playing game. It only really made it 2 editions before they stopped, and then they sold it off to another company who made 3rd edition, which is absolute garbage in my opinion. Some people may like it. I hate it. So I will be doing Warhammer Roleplay 2nd edition. If you are someone who really likes to RP, you really like D&D, something like that, Warhammer RP is kind of like a super brutal version of D&D, and it's not very nice. It's really fun though, but you have to think on your feet. You can't just you can't just throw yourself recklessly into combat and expect to win. But so if that's something you're interested in, shoot me a message either here on YouTube or on Twitter about if you are interested in the role playing. Obviously, if you're somebody that's super busy and you go to college and work 2 jobs, it might not be the best thing. You can still shoot me a message, but the scheduling is going to be important. So if you're like a crazy busy person that has 0 time per day to do anything, might not be best for you. But if you're someone who works like an 8 to 5 job and then you go home every day, that might be something you might want to do, and it could be really fun. And there's no like restriction on what part of the world you're in. Just send me a message if you're interested. You know, if we get all British people and I'm the only person that's American, great, we'll make it work. I have a pretty flexible schedule. In any event, so that's going to be happening. The Warhammer Roleplay is going to have, we're probably going to stop it at 4 party members, maybe 5. But if there's a lot of interest, we'll kind of have something along the lines of auditions or, you know, but I highly doubt there will be that many people interested plus scheduling. So we'll see. But those will also be recorded and put up in the channel, kind of like a Let's Play. Except for, of course, it'll be recorded from my position as the Games Master. Obviously, I won't be giving away spoilers because that would ruin it because the party members could just go on the channel. But I think that's something people would enjoy. Warhammer Roleplay is one of my favorite things in the universe. I'm a hardcore Warhammer nerd. In case you haven't learned, it's like every facet of my life. And speaking of a Let's Play-like thing coming to the channel, thanks to the support of you guys, especially my patrons, especially David in particular, who's one of my patrons, I was able to get my hands on a new graphics card, which is why the Twitch channel is happening, though I have a new microphone coming in this weekend, yay, which will improve all the things, but also make Twitch possible. But I'm also going to be starting some Let's Plays. Once again, that one's going to be based more on like actual Warhammer games, like Mark of Chaos, Battle March, Warhammer Online, Age of Reckoning, which is still going. For those of you who don't know, it's a private server now. Total War Warhammer when it comes out, Mordheim, City of the Damned, Vermintide from the beginning, all that stuff. So, if that's something you guys are interested in, great. Those are coming to the channel soon. Feel free to recommend games down in the comment section. At the end of the day, patrons will get to vote on that, about what order the games will be in. If you haven't figured it out, patrons have a lot of power. They get to vote like what kind of character I do next for the lore videos. They get to vote on all sorts of stuff because they're the way I have any hope of paying my bills. So, yeah. In any event, I hope you guys are all doing super well. It's been so exciting to hit over 1,000 subs. Oh my god, it's been so exciting. I have just been living it up over here. All kinds of excitement, not sure what to do with myself. I'm trying hard to keep these lore videos pumping out. The Wood Elf history video has been released, but I feel like I'm a broken record at this point. The patrons have early access to videos, so while this video is being put out, they're already enjoying it. It'll be out tomorrow for the rest of you guys at some point. I'm not sure exactly when, but it'll be out some point on Monday for America time, for Central Standard Time. It'll be out some point on Monday. America time, to the global audience who can enjoy that video. And it's well over an hour long, and it is the beginning of the first racial series I'll be doing here on the channel, which is going to cover everything about the Wood Elves. And we're just going to do one race at a time, and we will get to the end when we get to the end. But Wood Elves are first. I randomized it, and Wood Elves were the ones who won my randomization procedure that I did a while ago because I've been working on this for a while. And Wood Elves are first, so their first video is covering their history, and we'll be covering everything from their gods to their culture to significant events that are kind of outside the scope of their important history, famous battles, special characters, the geography of Athel Loren, important things, just everything you can think of. And of course, we'll be talking about them in the scope of tabletop, building proper lists to play them right, and of course, them in Total War Warhammer. So I hope you guys are all super excited for that. I'm super excited for that. I don't know if anybody cares what I think, but I'm very excited for that. So yeah, that's pretty much all of the major stuff that's going on right now. I know that's a huge load of just stuff to dump on you guys, but most of it doesn't require any super involvement from you guys, so hopefully y'all are just excited about it and not freaking out like I sort of am. So yeah, those are all things coming in the future. So once again, if you're interested in joining the Warhammer tournament, I would highly recommend messaging me on Twitter just to be sure that I've gotten your email. And I'm also going to be putting an email down in the description that is only to send lists to. It's going to be an email account that literally exists for the sole sake of receiving army lists for that stuff. Okay, I guess if you're interested in the Warhammer roleplay, you can also send an email to convey your interest. And that will be the other thing, is that if you're interested in joining the Warhammer 2nd Edition role-playing game, in which you will get to play as any race you want, depending on the players we get, we might do an Order campaign, we might do a Destruction campaign, maybe even an Undead campaign. Any of those are possible. The possibilities are endless. And I, of course, will be the games master and guiding them through the story that I've created, which I'm super excited to show everyone. So, if you're interested in either of those things, please shoot an email to the email address I will put in the description box below. If you like everything that you've heard about the Patreon campaign and you want to become a patron, or you just want to support the channel because you feel like it, there will also be a link to that in the description below. If you want to follow me on Facebook or Twitter so you have a little bit easier time predicting what the hell's going on with me and knowing what I'm up to when videos are coming out and big events and all stuff like that, that'll be in the description below. And that's about it. And I'll also put the Twitch channel in the description below. It's super basic right now. I'm still learning how to spice it up, and if any of you are really good at editing Twitch channels, you should also shoot me an email because I would have a job for you. So if you want to go ahead and follow me preemptively on Twitch before Saturday, February the 6th, feel free. I'll be posting like probably 2 more videos just to be like, hey, Twitch stuff coming up. That'll be like pure like 1-minute videos just reminding people, just so we have a good first day. And you know what? If there's like 2 people on there watching me, that's great. Awesome. I already have 2 moderators. Probably going to get a few more before the 6th. But yeah, I'm super excited for everything coming for the channel. I hope you guys are super excited for everything coming from the channel. I'm having a great time. It's a little overwhelming, but I think I'm handling it okay. I love you guys. I really, really love you guys. I cannot express how awesome everyone has been. The community has been so kind, so supportive, so encouraging. It's amazing. I don't have the easiest life. I am struggling with all sorts of things, but YouTube is a safe, awesome place for me, which is really weird because most people I talk to that are content creators have quite the opposite experience. If anything, the only negative quote-unquote comments are just people who love the channel trying to improve it with some advice, and I read every comment. And right now I'm trying to respond to every comment. Well, every comment that can be responded to. I don't think I can keep up with it forever, but I'm going to try my hardest to make it last as long as I can. So yeah, thank all you guys so much for your support. Thank you so much for subscribing. Thank you so much for watching. And of course, for all you patrons watching, thank you so much for everything you do. Words cannot express how humbled I am by all of this, and it's been such a great experience. I have rambled. I meant this to be like 10 minutes, and I've rambled horribly. So I hope you guys all have a great night, and I will see you again soon.